Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. In a crowded city where people rushed about their daily lives, there was a young woman named Donna. She had learned to navigate through the crowds with such skill that she went unnoticed, blending into the sea of faces. Donna's life was far from easy. She had no home to return to at the end of the day and no family to call her own. Her days were spent wandering the streets, looking for opportunities to gather what she needed to survive. This often meant taking things that weren't hers, but survival left her with little choice. Donna's story wasn't one of happiness. She lost her family at a young age, leaving her to fend for herself in a harsh and unforgiving world. She often thought back to the days when she had a warm bed to sleep in and food on the table. Those memories seemed like a distant dream now, replaced by the cold reality of her day-to-day struggle. On this particular day, Donna was in a busy shopping center. She moved with purpose, her eyes scanning the environment for anything she could take without drawing attention to herself. Her targets were usually small, easy to conceal items like food, clothing, or sometimes, if she was lucky, a wallet left carelessly unattended. Donna had become an expert at this. She knew exactly how to position her body to block the view of prying eyes, how to use the crowd as cover, and how to time her movements with the natural flow of people. Today, she managed to slip a scarf, a pair of gloves, and a small package of food into her bag with no one the wiser. As she made her way through the mall, she kept to the edges, avoiding the center where the security guards were most vigilant. Her heart raced with every successful take, but she couldn't allow herself to get too excited. Getting caught was not an option. She had been in trouble with the law before, and she knew that another incident could land her in serious trouble. Despite her focus on the task at hand, Donna couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt for what she was doing. She didn't enjoy stealing, but her options were limited. She often wondered what her life would have been like if her family hadn't been taken from her. Would she have gone to college? Would she have a job? A home? These thoughts haunted her, but she pushed them aside. Dwelling on what could have been wouldn't change her situation. As she prepared to leave the mall, something unusual caught her eye. It was a young man sitting alone on a bench. That in itself wasn't odd, but what made him stand out was his attire. He was dressed in women's clothing, complete with a dress and makeup. But what was truly strange was that he was handcuffed to the bench. Donna hesitated. Her first instinct was to keep walking. Getting involved could mean trouble, and trouble was something she could ill afford. But as she observed the young man, she noticed his discomfort and embarrassment. It was clear he didn't want to be in this situation. After a moment of internal debate, Donna's compassion won over her caution. She approached the bench, keeping an eye out for anyone who might be watching. "Are you okay?" she asked quietly, not wanting to embarrass him further. The young man looked up, surprise evident in his eyes. I'm fine," he stammered, clearly not fine. "It's just a prank. My friends," he said, the last word dripping with bitterness. Donna sighed. She had seen enough of the world to know that people could be cruel. "Do you need help?" she offered, despite knowing that getting involved could complicate her life even more. The young man hesitated before nodding. "Yes, please. I don't suppose you know how to pick a lock." As it turned out, Donna did. Life on the streets had taught her many things, including how to deal with locks. She knelt down beside the bench and began to work on the handcuffs. Within a few minutes, the lock clicked open and the young man was free. "Thank you," he said, rubbing his wrists. "I'm Eric," he introduced himself, still looking a bit embarrassed. "Donna," she replied, offering him a small smile. As they talked, Donna learned that Eric's dressing was part of a dare gone too far. He was supposed to compete in a math competition that day, but his so-called friends had decided to sabotage his chances by handcuffing him to a bench in a dress. Donna couldn't help but feel for Eric. He seemed genuinely nice, and the situation he found himself in was unfair. She knew all too well how it felt to be on the receiving end of life's cruelties. "I'll help you get to your competition," she offered impulsively. Eric looked at her, surprised by her kindness. "Really?" You would do that for me? Donna nodded. Yes, but we'll have to hurry. As they left the mall together, Donna couldn't help but feel that this encounter might just be the beginning of something new. She didn't know what the future held, but for the first time in a long time, she felt a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she could help Eric, and in doing so, find a new path for herself as well. Donna and Eric hurried through the streets, trying to make it to the high school in time for the math competition. Eric was still wearing the dress from the prank, and he looked uncomfortable, but there was a determined look on his face. Despite feeling out of place, he was focused on what he had to do. As they walked, Eric shared more about himself. He loved math and had been looking forward to this competition for months. It was important to him, not just for the joy of competing, but because winning could help him get a scholarship for college. Donna listened, realizing that Eric had big dreams that were being threatened by the mean prank his friends had played on him. Donna, on the other hand, hadn't thought much about her own future in a long time. Survival had been her main focus, but helping Eric was stirring something within her. She wondered if maybe, just maybe, there was more she could do with her life. They reached the high school with only a few minutes to spare. The entrance was crowded with students, and as they walked in, some of them stared and whispered. Eric's unusual outfit was drawing attention, but he held his head high, ignoring the stares. Donna felt a surge of pride for him. It wasn't easy to face others when they were being unkind, but Eric was doing it with courage. They found the room where the math competition was being held, and Eric checked in. The person at the desk raised an eyebrow at his appearance, but didn't say anything. With a nod, Eric was allowed to join the other competitors. Donna wished him luck, and he gave her a grateful smile before heading inside. With Eric in the competition, Donna found herself with nothing to do but wait. She sat down in the hallway outside the competition room, her mind racing with thoughts. For the first time in a long while, she felt connected to someone else's life. She wanted Eric to do well, not just for the sake of the competition, but because it meant so much to him. As she waited, Donna watched students pass by. Some still whispered and pointed at her, likely because of her association with Eric. She realized that in helping Eric, she had also put herself out there, making herself visible in a way she usually avoided. It was an uncomfortable feeling, but not entirely bad. It was a reminder that she could have an impact on someone else's life, that she wasn't just a shadow moving through the city. Finally, after what felt like hours, the competition ended. Students began to file out of the room, their expressions a mix of relief and exhaustion. Donna stood up, anxiously scanning the crowd for Eric. When she saw him, her heart leaped. He was smiling, a big, genuine smile that lit up his entire face. "I did it," he said, walking up to her. "I actually did it. I don't know if I won yet, but I answered everything I could." Donna grinned back. "I knew you could do it. How do you feel?" "Relieved," he admitted. "And happy, really happy. I couldn't have done it without you, Donna. Thank you." Hearing Eric's thanks, Donna felt a warmth inside her that had nothing to do with the summer heat. She had helped someone achieve something important, and it felt good. Really good. As they left the high school together, Donna felt a sense of accomplishment she hadn't experienced in a long time. She had made a difference in Eric's life, even if it was just for one day. And as they walked, talking and laughing together, she began to think about her own life and the choices she had made. Maybe it wasn't too late for her to make a change, to find a new path just like Eric was doing. After the math competition, Donna and Eric decided to celebrate his hard work. They found a small diner near the high school and settled into a booth by the window. Eric ordered a large milkshake, and Donna chose a cup of coffee. The atmosphere in the diner was cozy, with laughter and chatter filling the air around them. As they waited for their orders, Eric turned to Donna. "I can't believe you helped me today," he said, his eyes bright with gratitude. "Most people wouldn't have bothered." Donna shrugged, feeling a bit shy under his gaze. "I couldn't just leave you there," she replied. "Besides, it was nice to help someone else for a change." Their conversation flowed easily as they talked about all sorts of things. Eric told Donna more about his love for math and his dreams of becoming an engineer one day. He also shared how he had always felt a bit different from others, especially when it came to expressing himself. Today, being forced to wear a dress had been embarrassing, but it also made him think about why he cared so much about what others thought. Donna listened, feeling a connection to Eric's feelings of being different. She shared her own story, talking about her life on the streets and how she had learned to rely only on herself. It wasn't easy to open up about her past, but with Eric, it felt right. He listened without judging, making her feel heard and understood. Their food arrived, and they ate while continuing to chat. Donna found herself laughing more than she had in a long time. Eric had a way of seeing the humor in situations, even when things seemed tough. As they finished their meal, Eric looked at Donna with a serious expression. "You know, you've really made me think today," he said, "about how I let fear of what others think control me. I want to be braver, like you." Donna was surprised. She had never thought of herself as brave. "I don't know about brave," she said. "I just do what I have to do." "But that's just it," Eric insisted. "You face challenges head on. You don't let fear stop you from doing what's right. That's bravery." Hearing Eric's words made Donna see herself in a new light. Maybe she was braver than she thought. And perhaps, she thought, bravery wasn't just about facing danger. It was also about opening up to others and allowing herself to make connections. As the evening turned to night, Donna and Eric made plans to meet again. They exchanged phone numbers, promising to help each other out whenever needed. For Donna, the promise meant more than just assisting Eric. It was a step toward building a friendship, something she hadn't had in a long time. Walking back to her usual sleeping spot, Donna felt a mix of emotions. She was happy to have met Eric and proud of herself for helping him, but she also felt a stirring of hope for her own future. Maybe, she thought, it was time to make some changes in her life. Maybe it was time to find a way off the streets and pursue her own dreams, whatever they might be. Both Donna and Eric met frequently, sharing stories, offering support, and gradually building a strong friendship. One day, as they sat in the park watching the world go by, Eric shared an idea that would challenge both of them. "I've been thinking," Eric started, looking a bit nervous. "The math competition opened my eyes to a lot. I want to keep challenging myself, but not just in math. In life, too, I want to try something new, something big." Donna listened, intrigued. "What do you have in mind?" "I want to participate in a local charity run. But not just participate." Eric paused, taking a deep breath. "I want to run dressed as I was during the competition. It was a scary experience, but it also made me realize I need to face my fears head on." Donna was surprised. The idea was bold, especially considering the mixed reactions Eric had faced at the math competition. But she saw the determination in his eyes and knew this was something he needed to do. "And I want you to join me," Eric added quickly. "Not in a dress, of course, unless you want to, but just be there with me, as my friend." Donna felt a rush of warmth. Eric's request wasn't just about the run. It was about standing together, supporting each other in facing their fears. "I'm in," she said without hesitation. "We'll do this together." The weeks leading up to the charity run were filled with preparation. They trained together, running short distances at first and gradually increasing their stamina. Donna noticed changes in herself, too. The physical activity made her feel stronger, not just physically, but emotionally as well. She found herself looking forward to each day with a sense of purpose she hadn't felt in a long time. As the day of the run approached, Eric's nervousness became more apparent. He worried about the reactions they would face, about standing out too much, but Donna was there to remind him of the reason behind their participation. "It's about being brave," she would say, "about showing up for ourselves and for each other." On the day of the charity run, the park was bustling with activity. Runners of all ages and backgrounds gathered, each person there for their own reasons but united by a common goal. Eric and Donna arrived early. Eric dressed boldly in a very nice legging with top, a real gym girl, Donna in her running gear, a supportive smile on her face. As they joined the other runners at the starting line, they received curious looks and whispers. Donna could feel Eric's tension, but she placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "We've got this," she said, and Eric nodded, drawing strength from her presence. The run was challenging, but together they pushed through. There were moments of doubt, times when Eric wanted to stop, but Donna was there, encouraging him every step of the way. And as they crossed the finish line, hand in hand, the cheers from the crowd were overwhelming. It was a moment of triumph, not for winning, but for facing their fears and coming out stronger on the other side. After the run, as they rested on the grass, catching their breath, Eric turned to Donna. "I couldn't have done this without you," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. Donna smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment she had never experienced before. "We did it together," she replied. "That's what friends are for." "I've been thinking," Eric began, his tone serious, "about what happened at the competition and how much we've helped each other grow. I don't want to stop here. I want to keep moving forward, to keep challenging myself." Donna nodded, feeling a spark of excitement at the idea of new beginnings. "Me too," she replied. "I want more for my life than just surviving day to day. I want to make something of myself, to prove that I can do more." And so they made a plan. Eric would enroll in college courses to pursue his dream of becoming an engineer. Donna, inspired by Eric's courage and their shared experiences, decided to get her GED. She had left school early, but now she saw a chance to make a change, to build a future she could be proud of. The decision wasn't easy. Both faced obstacles along the way. Eric had to apply for scholarships and financial aid to afford his tuition. Donna found studying for her GED challenging, having been out of school for so long. But they supported each other just as they had from the start. Eric helped Donna with her studies, while Donna encouraged Eric, reminding him of his strengths and the obstacles they had already overcome. Their hard work paid off. Eric was awarded a scholarship that covered most of his tuition, and Donna passed her GED with flying colors. The sense of achievement they felt was overwhelming, a testament to their resilience and determination. With these successes under their belts, they looked to the future with hope. Eric began his college courses, diving into his studies with passion and dedication. Donna, feeling inspired, started looking into community college programs. She had developed an interest in social work, wanting to help others who faced challenges like she had. One day, as they sat in their favorite park, Donna turned to Eric. "Do you remember when we first met?" she asked, a smile playing on her lips. "Could you have imagined we'd end up here?" Eric laughed, shaking his head. "Not in a million years, but I'm glad we did. You've changed my life, Donna. I wouldn't be where I am without you." "And I wouldn't be where I am without you," Donna replied, her heart full of gratitude. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, Donna and Eric stood up, ready to head home. They walked side by side, their steps light with the promise of new beginnings. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.